So hi, welcome to dwcarving.com. So what I'm going to talk about right now, I'm going to do the eye and stuff later in a different video, but right now I'm going to talk about mallets and types of mallets. And just quickly, I've done a video before on types of tools. You got the mallet tools, the larger ones. This one's Swiss, Austrian Stubii, Henry Taylor's. You know, there's a mixture of them, but they're all designed to take a mallet and pound those things and take the pressure, take the force, you know, without coming apart. Quite nicely. Now, there's other tools that are not designed for mallets, and these ones are a bit of a palm tool, a smaller tool, and you use a mallet on it, but especially if you hit it hard, you're going to risk smashing your tool to bits. It's not designed for that. So you have the neoprene mallet. Now this is one of the larger ones from Wood is Good. I had this for these last forever. I get two of these, and you can see the damage on the handle at the end there. Been banged around a few times. I've used it as a hammer on that end. Bashed it this way. I've used it on that end. Yeah, I've used the neoprene. I really like the neoprene because I find when I hit it, it doesn't skip off as much. I don't get the skip off and hit your wrist, which kind of hurts. So that I like. The other part I like about it is that it seems to cushion the blow. And I bet you if you looked at it, you'll see that the give on this that grabs the tool when you hit it, instead of another piece of wood or steel skipping off. The weight is nice. I like the weight because I can just basically hold it loosely in my hand and let it do the work. The handle grip is really nice and comfortable. And I can really wail on this if I really want to. And when I'm doing bigger ones, like large carvings, you can see like that big guy hanging right down there. Yeah, so you need some big tools. You need a big hammer. You need a big mallet. So that's what I use this for. Now there's other size mallets, but this particular mallet is sort of my go-to mallet all the time. I would not use this on a palm tool because I'd be terrified I'm going to break it. Way too much pressure and too much force can be applied with this tool. But there are other types of mallets. Here's a bit of another one. It's brass, weighted in the top and the front. Very heavy. And you can see it's been used a few times. It's pounded up pretty good. Now I have used a mallet on my palm tools this time, only as a very lightly, just very lightly. Now the manufacturer will tell you that it's not designed to do that. Eventually this is going to break or wear out. Absolutely, it's going to. By the way, this is Flex Cut. It's an awesome tool. But if I'm in a spot like this is cherry and I need to get right in around the eye, I just need to take off a very small amount. I'll lightly tap it. The force I'm putting on there is next to nothing, right? And that gets me what I need to do, because if I didn't use the mallet, I'd be in here trying to force it with the carving tool. And when you start putting a lot of force on something, especially with cherry or a walnut or oak, something like that, you have a tendency to slip. And once you slip, you gouge a big chunk of your carving out and well, you mess it up, right? So these are the two types that I use. There are other types on the market. Actually, there's lots of other types on the market. There's smaller, one of the neoprene. There's the carpenter mallet, which is pure wood. There's rubber neoprene hammers. These are the two I like the most. The brass one I picked up in, I don't know the company that makes this one, but I picked this one up in Lee Valley. And then Wood is Good Company, where I picked up these mallets. These are awesome. These are my favorite. Okay, so briefly, good, right? Designed, large tool designed to be used with a mallet or by hand. Do both. Smaller tool designed to be done only by hand, usually on a basswood or something softer. And they come in all different types. Another palm tool there. Little Japanese palm tool. These are all small tools that I would never use a mallet on, unless it was the brass one and I had to put very, 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 very light touches on it just so I can control it. But a word to the wise, and you'll see this if you use a mallet. When you're carving with a mallet, you'll get stop marks. So as you tap, every time you tap, it'll leave a mark. And when you tap again the second time, for example, tap that one time, you tap again, your hand, you'll find it's moving slightly, just width of a hair, right? Very small amount, but it's enough to leave marks in your project where you started and stopped. Unless you're really good with a mallet and do it exact every time, which not a lot of people do, then you'll have to go back, either sand it and or shave it by hand. You'll notice when you do it by hand, you don't get those marks. You only get it when you use a mallet. So you'll have to go over it again, like right here, and clean it up. Man, this is hard. Cherry. And that's why I like to use a mallet. Or you take some 400 grit sandpaper and clean it up, whichever you desire. So that's the two types of mallets. Two main types of mallets. Again, not the only two types of mallets. Thanks for coming out.